Hello everyone, welcome to Southern Wreaths. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. Today I'm going to show you how I make this bee grapevine wreath. These are the supplies I'm going to use to make this wreath. I may use some or change some up. We'll just see how it goes. I've got a little bit of this bee ribbon. I believe, yeah, I got this from Craft Outlet. This is from Craft Outlet. And these are from Craft Outlet. I got the sign, of course, from Craft Outlet. These and these I got from Old Time Pottery, and then this ivy garlands I got from Dollar Tree. The grapevine wreath I got at Hobby Lobby. They're only about $6 for the 18-inch. I'm going to add red to this wreath because she has a sign in her yard that will match. And she specifically asked me to add red, so I figured flowers would be a really cute way to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is clean up my grapevine wreath with my wire cutters. I forgot to mention you'll also need wire cutters, scissors, E6000, and hot glue. Or if you don't have E6000 and you have a staple gun, you can just use a staple gun. And you'll also need some pipe cleaners. So to clean up my wreath, I'm just going to get rid of all of these pieces that are just sticking out that I don't like. I'm also going to remove the tag. It's probably easier to just rip it off than to try to get the piece of metal off. I'm going to make my bow first just so I can have an idea of what I need to add around it, because I have lots of like leftover leaves and stuff here that I can use as filler. And I also have a couple more bushels of some of those, some of the greenery. Go ahead and start heating up your hot glue gun so it's ready to go when you're done. So I think I'm going to use this one as the base. Then I'll do that one. Problem is I want this one on top, I think. Or so I may do these two on top. We'll see. I'll start with this one. I kind of want this one to be the star, but I always like to put the little ones up front. So we'll see what I decide to do. So I'm going to go ahead and add the tails as I make it, and I'm just going to do 10-inch tails. So as I put it in there, I twist it away from myself. I'm just going to kind of pull that down. So I like to move the roll back and forth as I'm doing it. So I'm going to put it at the 10-inch mark so I can measure it properly. I think I'm going to go with, it's about 5.5 inch, and we'll say 6 inch loops for the back. No, let's pull it into 5. We'll do 5. I'm going to do 5-inch loops. I'm going to twist it away from myself. Pull this around. Go out to 5 inches, which will be at the 15 because I'm at the 10. Push that down and twist it away from myself again. And then the next one. And you don't have to twist it away from yourself. You can twist it towards yourself. It's just a habit for me to do it that way. I'm going to do 3 on each side. Once I get those in there, I'm just going to kind of fluff my ribbon out a little bit so I can figure out where to set my next ribbon. And you can always add your tails at the end if you want to wait. Alright, I think I'm going to do the stripe next because it's more solid. So again, 10-inch tails. Put it in there. And turn it away. These loops I'm going to make slightly smaller. I'm only going to do 2 of these because I'm going to do the brown on top, and I'll do 2 of the brown. And now I'm going to do this one. I'm just going to use the existing ribbon here to measure out my tails. These I'm going to make the same size as these because I want them all in the same row around it. I think I'm just going to do 3 total loops of this one, and it is smaller than the one before it, you can see here. Alright, let's push them all down. I'm going to kind of fluff it just a little bit before I pull it up, just to make sure I don't want to add anything else. I want to make sure I like the way it looks and the way it's laying. Right now I do have 2 tails on this side, but it's not going to make a difference once you put everything together. So I'm just going to add my pipe cleaner. So I'm just grabbing all of it and pulling it up. And you can see here, it's got a perfect line where it's been stacked. You just want to hold it securely. Stick your pipe cleaner around it. And when I go to tighten it, I make sure it's in the center. You can test your bow or your loops. Grab it. Hold them really tight and twist, and you want it like really tight, and the way to get it super tight is to hold it in your hand and just twist the ribbon, because you don't want these loops to come loose. Alright, now I'm gonna fluff it. So to fluff each loop, you want to stick your hand in and kind of open it. So you put your hand in there and then kind of just pull it apart, and then you can position it as you do that. That's the great thing about having wired ribbon, is it usually stays where you put it. Now I'm gonna trim my tails, and I like to put them together and pull them down just so they're pretty much the same size. For these, I'm just gonna do them at an angle, which I might do opposite angles now that I think about it. Well, yeah. All right, and then these. That. So cute. I'm going to pull these down. These I'm going to dovetail. So pull them down together, fold them in half, and cut from the wire to the crease at an angle. And I get these dovetails. And the same with this one. So I think I'm going to put my bow right here. And I'll put a sign right here. And then there'll be greenery coming out here and here, and then I'll have the red flowers. I'm gonna go ahead and add pipe cleaners to the back of my sign so I can attach it to the frame, because it'll need time to dry. So I'm just gonna trim that away. I'm actually gonna use these on my wreath. I'm gonna show you. So I don't want to put anything where my sign's gonna go. So I think I want my sign right here. I think that's really cute. The bow will go right there. So I'm going to take this string and I'm going to wrap it around the grapevine wreath, and I'm going to tie a knot right here. So I'll know not to put anything past this point, because that's where I want to add my sign. I'm going to add the pipe cleaners, the E6000 to my sign. I need to get some more. You don't need a lot. Alright. I'm going to lay the pipe cleaners into the E6000. Alright, I've got a piece of cardboard. I'm going to take my hot glue gun. I'm just going to add hot glue over where the E6000 is. And I'm adding a generous amount. And then I'm just going to add the piece of cardboard over top until it oozes out the sides. And this connects the pipe cleaner to the side, and it really holds. I've actually done it with just this, and I've had them pop off and had to fix them before I sold them. Thankfully, I was able to fix it before I sold it, but I'm just going to let this heat up and go ahead and finish this side. Now that I've added my bow, I'm just gonna play around with some of this greenery. I'm gonna cut it right here and just see, because I may end up pulling these off. I'm not sure. No, I kind of like that. And I kind of want some of them coming out. So I'm going to go through and cut these real quickly. I don't like these that much, so I'm going to use these first, and I'm just going to go ahead and stick them in there, and that way it's just kind of filler, and that way these can be the star. So I'm just going to add hot glue to it. I'm going to add it to the front and the back of the stem, and then I'm just going to stick it into the wreath, and I'm being mindful of this. What I'm going to do is save a few pieces so that at the end, if while I'm looking at it, I feel like it needs that color in another area, I'll have it available to put there. I'm going to add these now because this is the one I want the most of. I'm just going to turn it slightly. I'm just going to add hot glue all around the end of the stem. And I use Gorilla Hot Glue. I feel like it holds better than other glues. I have two of these. This is just the one that I cut. So I'm going to go ahead and add one entire one to the bottom, and then the top. I probably won't add an entire one to the top because I don't want as much up there, but I'll be able to add it around the sides and stuff. To add these, I'm just going to pull them off and then just cut them like that. And I'm just going to stick them anywhere I see that would look nice. I'm also going to add a little bit of glue to the back of them, not just the stem, because it doesn't actually have a stem. This is super flimsy. So I went over and I grabbed a couple different ones. I really like the way these look. There's only two of these, so I'm just going to add them. One to the top, one to the bottom. I love these leaves so much. They're big and they're really sturdy. These are nice along the back. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and add my sign so I can see how it's looking. So my sign's all dry. I'm going to pull these up. Put it more like that. So I'm going to feed this part of the pipe cleaner through because I don't want this one to be down here. I'm going to go ahead and twist it around. Then add this one, and you can use wire so that way you can't see it. I don't like working with wire. I don't feel like I get it tight enough. I'll try to show you the back. I don't want to lay it down because I don't want to have to refluff my bow. Just twisting it, and I'm just going to tuck it. That one was kind of loose. I have these berry bundles. I think I'm going to use these leaves. They're super cute. Pull off several of them. I'm going to see how far they stick out because I may add some wire to it to make them come out further. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And I have these things. So it's 40 pieces, 18 gauge. And it's got, like, it's wrapped. So what I'm going to do is just cut off a piece. And where this was connected, I'm going to stick that in there with some hot glue. And that's going to create a longer stem so that I could have them sticking out more. So I'll show you how I do it a couple times and then I'll go through and do it quickly. So I'm just going to add some glue to the tip and then take it and stick it in there. And then you'll let that dry completely so that when you stick it in there, it's sticking out. And it's nice that this is green because you won't be able to tell. I'll show you one more time. I'm just going to cut a piece of wire. This is about 4.5 inches. Add some glue and stick that in there. There you go. I left 2 of them regular because I want to stick them right here. So tiny. I'm going to go ahead and add my red flower here. I'm going to set something on it to make sure it stays there. I definitely want one up there. Now I just have to figure out where to put this guy. Maybe right here. I just found these. I'm going to see what they look like. Yeah, I think that'll be cute. That's it. That's how I made my cute as a bee grapevine wreath for summer. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, or you can email me at craftingwithlee@yahoo.com. Thank you so much for watching, and if you learned anything today or liked my video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.